This is a cargo ship. Its decks loaded with thousands of containers, ready to begin its voyage from Huanghua Port in China to Manzanillo Port in Mexico. It's filled to the brim with toys, electronics, and other innocuous household items that have been carefully packaged and organized. The ship's 3-week journey is a typical route that the captain has completed hundreds of times in his life. In the vast ocean of global trade, this ship appears to be just another commonplace vessel. But that's not quite the case. One of the containers on this ship holds a substance so deadly, once fully synthesized, it has the potential to end hundreds of thousands of lives. This is the journey of fentanyl.
We haven't seen anything like fentanyl.
More than 70,000 Americans a year.
Largest drug bust ever.
America's fentanyl crisis.
Dozens of kilos of fentanyl.
Fentanyl precursor chemicals.
Recriminalizing the possession of drugs like fentanyl.
Fentanyl ravages communities.
Wrapped under 4 layers of plastic, there are 2 large packages of dog food containing 2 key chemicals. This is N-phenyl-4-piperidone, or NPP, and this is 4-anilino N-phenethylpiperidine, or ANPP. Both of these are essentially impossible to produce without access to highly restricted chemicals. It has been estimated that as much as 90% of the illicit fentanyl in the United States began its production journey all the way over here in China. This is because much of the chemicals found in the dog food packages are produced at laboratories like this one. TNJ is a company registered in Hefei. They advertise innocuous products such as vitamin supplements, amino acids, and essential oils. They also openly sell precursor chemicals used to produce fentanyl. Here's some of our dog food being advertised for buyers on TNJ's website. China has frequently refuted any allegations attributing them to the fentanyl crisis in the United States, laying the blame to domestic policies. But in China, pharmaceutical industries are far less regulated and monitored compared to the United States. In 2019, China cracked down on the export of fentanyl itself, but that only helped for a while. The US Commission on Combating Synthetic Opioid Trafficking found that China's pharmaceutical industries have outpaced the government's efforts to regulate them, creating opportunities for unscrupulous vendors to export chemicals needed in their illegal manufacture. It's 3 a.m. at Manzanillo Port. After 3 weeks at sea, the cargo ship has finally arrived. The cartel operates late at night here to capitalize on the sleepiness of the border guards, who swiftly scan over the forged documents and load up the cargo onto the port. From here, the cartel members casually transport their packages to a lab where they can produce the perfect ingredient to whisk into their latest batch. The cartel combines the chemicals into 1 kilogram of pure fentanyl. It's perfect because its potency allows it to be mixed with more expensive substances to give the eventual users in the United States a cheaper yet more intense high. The final product is being driven by car to here, along the US-Mexico border. At this point, you might be wondering how on earth this package could possibly slip through the prying eyes of the Border Patrol to make its way here into the US. Well, having lost a lot of these packages to drug seizures over the past few years, the cartel has been forced to get creative by digging. This is the sophisticated tunnel network constructed by the Mexican cartel that lies 6 stories beneath the surface. Its diameter stretches to about 4 feet, and the entire tunnel network reaches the length of 6 football fields. The walls and roof of this tunnel are reinforced by metal bars and wooden pillars to prevent it from collapsing. Sophisticated underground passages like this make it extremely difficult for border security to stem the flow of fentanyl into the United States. It's a cat and mouse game. While US authorities are busy filling out one tunnel with concrete, another is rapidly constructed. The kilogram of fentanyl will make its way through this tunnel network from its entrance here in Tijuana to its final stop in San Diego, where it will be cut and distributed amongst the local population and beyond. Between 2010 and 2022, fentanyl-related overdose deaths in the United States rose exponentially, surging far past other drugs perceived as being extremely dangerous, such as heroin. Whether this is the manifestation of an orchestrated plan by the Chinese government or not, the reality in countries such as the United States and Canada is anything but a conspiracy theory. Hundreds of thousands of people die every year. In 2021 alone, fentanyl was attributed to 67,325 preventable deaths in the United States.